Srets, it is BEARZIE, and it is just like a small video because now, from now on, I'm going to be doing every build hack. If I make a new build hack, of course I will be sharing it with you. So in today's build hack video, I will be showing you how to build a 𝒪𝒴𝐸 bear in Bloxburg. So as you know, going to decorate baby and kids, and then there are 3 large bears, and then also there are Valentine's bears, and then it comes with the regular bears. Then it comes with the regular bears. And this one is very like if you want to make it pastel, you can't make it pastel. If you want to make it white, you can't make it white. But this one you can. But if you don't want any much detail and want to put this, and also this doesn't really look like a 𝒪𝒴𝐸 bear, right? Right, you get me? Okay, you get me. So what we're going to be building today, or the goal is to make a 𝒪𝒴𝐸 bear.
News flash.
So with the menu, you're gonna see build, and then basic shapes, and then you're going to scroll down until you see spear. Click on it, and then just get a basic spear, not much transparent. And then I will recommend, if your grid size is like this, so if your grid size is like this, I would recommend to put it to this, because with the big grid you can move around stuff easily and use transform plus easily, so it just makes life a lot easier. So what you're gonna do is press the scale tool, and then you're gonna shape that thing so thick, and then you're just gonna push it out, push, and then you're gonna squeeze that thing down, and then what you're gonna do is just pull that side, and then the next thing that you're gonna do is get another spear, and then push that thing out, make it fat, and then pull it up more until it gets the size of an egg. And maybe make it a little teeny bit skinnier, but also make it a little bit less pushed out. So I actually forget how I do, so let's go into another build that I have been working on. It's called the Enchanted Forest. So let me just go this. This is the mascot. It looks very cute during the day. It's very cute during the day. So I made 2 𝒪𝒴𝐸s, and they're really, really cute. This is the 𝒪𝒴𝐸, and I also made a 𝒄𝒴𝐸, so it's really, really super cute. And what we're going, and our goal is trying to make this plus this. So let's go out and do it right now. I'll deal with that later. Let's go back to 𝒪𝒴𝐸 sets. Okay, and now what we're gonna do? Okay, we're just gonna make a 𝒄𝒴𝐸, but you know the drill. Okay, so you can actually no, we can do a 𝒄𝒴𝐸. And then what you're gonna do is transform that thing until it doesn't really look that good. If it looks like a snowman and not like a real 𝒄𝒴𝐸, maybe try to scale it down a little bit so it solves the issues. Okay, and then you're gonna scale it down. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to get the beveled horizontal cylinder, and don't get two. You can copy it. So basically, scale it down until it looks like a cute little arm. It should be like this. And then what you're gonna do is copy and paste it. So you don't have to go through the same thing. And then what you're gonna do is transform plus it until it looks like this. And then what you're gonna do is just pull it kind of into the arm, but not really. And so what you're gonna do is do this until we're just not gonna talk about the back. Like, the back does not matter. I would recommend putting the 𝒢𝐿𝒴𝒴 against the wall or something, so the back doesn't really have to matter. But yeah, you guys can figure out the back. I don't really care. I like to put my 𝒢𝐿𝒴𝒴 on like a wall or something. And then what you're gonna do is get the other arm closer to the other side, and then you're gonna squeeze that thing, and then you're gonna transform plus it, and then you're gonna push it up, and then what you're gonna do is go to and use the green tool, and then you're just gonna size it down until you like it. And I think I like it. Let me fix this one, okay? I don't think I like it that much. And now it should look very good. And then the next thing that we're gonna do is get another beveled horizontal cylinder, and then you're gonna use it and squeeze that thing down. And then what you're gonna do is, of course, copy and paste it. Ain't no copy here. You won't have no paste if you don't copy paste. And then if you can't just do that, like put it inside of it, but I like to transform plus it, but it's kind of more expensive. So then what you're gonna do is do this, and then it's gonna look even more cutesy. And then for the ears, you're just gonna use horizontal cylinders, and then you're just gonna buy it, and then you use the use the scale tool, and then what you're gonna do is make it look like this, like a little like disc, generic slime disc, and then you're going to place it on the head so it's easier. It makes your life easier. And then you're gonna put out the sides of the ears, and then you're gonna copy and paste it, and then just do the exact same thing but on the other side. Just do the exact same thing as the other side. You can just delete this, whatever. And then what you're gonna do is get another one, but squeeze that thing until it looks like it's like a part of the ear, because with 𝒢𝐿𝒴𝒴s there's like inner parts of the ears, and you want to squeeze that thing until it looks super, like, not super tight but also super cute. And then you're going to make it a little bitty tiny bigger, because I do not care about measurements. Don't be like me. And then you're just gonna copy paste it. This video is getting so long. It's kind of a long process, but it's super worth it if you love working this. And then it should look like this. And then you're gonna just copy and paste this one. Actually, no, don't do that. If you want like an actual base shape, get a half cylinder, because that's when I say cylinder, girl. Get a half sphere and then squeeze it until it looks like a cute little eye. And then it should look like this. It should look like this. You can make it a little teensy tiny bigger. And then what you're gonna do is place on the head or like a little bit near of the head. And then what you're gonna do is scale it down and transform it until it looks like a cute little eye. And then you can go and transform it. And I would recommend putting it at like this angle since it looks cute. So it looks kind of cute, but at the same time, actually no, I don't like it. I don't like it. We're gonna make it a little teensy tiny smaller. Yeah, like this. This is perfect. This is perfect. And then you're going to do this. And then if you're like me and hate everything that you've done before, you can just do this and copy and paste it again. And then you're gonna use the red scale tool and then just place it in there with the blue one, and then scale it down. And I messed up, so let's just fix that. Okay, now what you're gonna do is just do this, scale it down, scale it down, scale it down, scale it down. And then what you're gonna do is just place it until it's cute. And then what you're gonna do is copy and paste it again, and then make it a little teensy tiny bigger, because raccoons have like their little mouths, of course. So what you're gonna do is then put like there, and then you're just gonna do the exact same thing as the eyes until it's cute. Scale it down a little bit. Okay, and now what you're gonna do is just maybe a little teensy tiny bit, try to scale it down. Okay, maybe try to scale it down a little teensy tiny bit, and then just scale it until it's really cute. And then I'm gonna transform the eyes and make it a little bit teensy tiny more like close to the mouth, since that looks cute in a volcano. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is just do this, and now what you're gonna do is now you can just do a beveled cylinder again, like we used for the arms and legs and ears, and then you can just squeeze it, squeeze, until you make a little tiny circle. And then, guys, this is really expensive, but it's super worth it. And then what you're gonna do is transform plus it, bring it down a little bit, and then what you're gonna do is just transform plus it, and then go back to build structurals, and then you're gonna get the standard round rod, and get the standard round rod or a small round rod. But I'm gonna use a standard. So what you're gonna do is bring that thing down. Bring that thing down until it's like, and then what you're gonna do is just do this. And then if it doesn't, and then if your structural doesn't like to cooperate, just transform plus it, and then you're just nope. And then what you're gonna do is transform plus it again. And then I would recommend to push the nose, like the little circle thing, a little bit out. And then if you want to add a little bit of extra detail, I would like to get a decorative bow. Bow always looks cute. or you can use a little heart as like the little in circle, because I like to use hearts, as you can tell from my enchanted forest build. And now what you're gonna do is just place it into where you like it. And then let's just color. I'll speed color it.
Few minutes later.
Okay, and then if you want to add some extra detail, you can get a beveled cylinder, then squeeze that thing again, and just make it look like the size of the leg, and then you're gonna get a size it, and then just size it until it looks kind of like the shape, and then squeeze that thing in. Slide, and then what you're gonna do is just copy the same thing, copy and paste it in there, and then you're just gonna do the exact same thing, and then you're just gonna do the exact same thing. It kind of looks like a hoof, but it's fine. And then I'll just paint it white, but you can paint whatever. And then the total cost goes to 6,000. Probably because of other stuff, but whatever. And then you finally have a Rikuma bear. And then to me, this looks it doesn't look that good, but it looks better. But it looks closer and much better to Rikuma than this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that's it. And if you ever use this build hack on TikTok or Instagram, on TikTok or YouTube, please tag me if you kind of want to see what you guys do with this build hack. Okay guys, I love y'all so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed the build hack. You all deserve the world, and I love y'all so much. You know you love me. XOXO, BEARZIE boy. Mwah.
You know you love me. XOXO.
BEARZIE boy.
Guess what, guys? I have some huge news. BEARZIE letter services is live! You can now order art and GFXs from me in the Discord server down below. And when you join it, you can go to commissions, and then you can order from me. And every order that you order is made and sent with love. Anyways, let's go back to the video. Mwah.
Need an emergency restyling!